Hello from Charge Motor Medics. I've got a VW Scirocco here on a 2010 plate. Just doing a position lamp. This is the one that I'm going to be replacing on the driver's side front. Now usually the position lamps are in there, but on this one it's here. So what we're going to do, I'm going to show you how it's done. And if you've got something like this and you want to replace the position lamp, you will get a warning light come on the dash itself as soon as I switch the ignition on the left hand side there. That's the warning light right there. So that stays on. So that means there's a problem with the bulb. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to show you how it's done. Now, it is a quite simple procedure, but not too simple. All you got to do is remove this clip first. So you've got a finger hole in there. So if you just put your finger in and then pull the whole thing out. Once you pull it out, they're a bit tight. So you sort of kind of pull it towards you, right sideways. And then you've got this one here which you need to undo. So you can put your finger on the bottom here and then gently pull the whole thing out. And then on the inside, so what we're going to do, we're going to be doing this bulb here. As you can see right there, that's the bulb holder there, the one more to the right. So this one here, that's what we need to undo. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to slot my hand in there, twist it to my left, and then pull the whole thing out. Well, it's not twisted to the left or anything. Wow, that's a bit tight. So I was wrong. It's not twisted to the left. Oh, maybe I pulled from the wire. So get a little screwdriver. Right, I tried to undo that, but it's not doing it. So what I found is on the inside here at the top, there's a little screw. As you can see, it's got a Torx on there. So I've got a T20 Torx. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to undo the little screw first. Get the screw out. And the whole thing comes out then. It's a bit of a flimsy job, isn't it? So this sort of kind of proves if I'm struggling, I'm sure you guys are going to be doing the same as well. I've just dropped the screw on the floor. Now I've got the whole thing out. Once I get it out, there is something that's stopping it from coming out all the way. Well, there wasn't. So this is what we need to undo. So this is the bulb that we need to replace. I'm going to need a spare hand now. Right, now that I've got a spare hand, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to pull this out. So that's it. It just sort of kind of slots out. And leave this dangling. Replace the bulb. Now this is a 501 bulb. You can find a bulb in the description as well where to get it from, and they're not that expensive. They are quite common on the position lamps. So I'll put this in and then I slot the whole thing back in. That's it. Now you've got to remember this little lug here that goes through that hole there. So you slot that in first and then gently push the whole thing in. Once you've done that, then on the inside there, like I said, you know this little screw that I removed, which is this one here, that goes on the inside right there, as you can see. So push it in a little bit, you might be able to see the hole right there. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to try to put that in. I just want to hold the camera position right there, see if it works. Right, and then okay, it's not going to be easy. It's quite a difficult job doing it on the roadside or whatever, you know. It's not going to be so easy. So once you get it in there, you then line it up. Right, I've got it in there, lined it up with my fingers, and then get the screw in. Right, there we go. And that's nice and tight now. It's all good. I then slot this in first. So you've got to slot this in through that whole gap there, and then you've got these little ones here. If I slot the first one in, and then the other ones would just line up to it. So that's it. That's all done. It's solid. Then this one here would just sort of kind of slot in, and that's it, clipped in. That's all you have to do. Now what I'm going to do now is I'm going to switch lights, position lamps on. and then you'll see they're working. So if I, as you can see now, that one there is working, and the other side was already working anyway. So yeah, that's all you have to do on this particular model. Now it is a bit of a silly design. You can get a socket through here, but it is going to be really tight. I wouldn't advise you to do that, but if you can remove this, just remove it, and it's quite simple then. The bulb you need is a 501. You can check it out in the description, there'll be a link there as well. And don't forget to subscribe to the YouTube channel, like the video. Thank you and goodbye.